Trump released brutal messages about Adam Schiff and explained why he has a conflict with them. Trump revealed how many times he tried to build bridges with these people, who spent unlimited resources on various campaigns and anti-PR efforts to destroy Trump's name. However, as Trump said, it's time he reveals the terrible things these people, including Adam Schiff, have done. As Trump says, these people are on the wrong side of our history, and history won't forget what they've done behind the scenes. So let's explain everything. As you know, today, Democratic politicians just don't like Trump. They spent a lot of their resources, time and energy against Trump. They did everything they could for Trump to lose the election because they think that Trump is the worst possible president in the U.S. history. Politicians like Adam Schiff warned people many times, if Trump wins, we should be scared, and Trump would completely destroy our democracy. They warned how he would create totalitarian regime, and Trump's re-election would be the end of our freedom. And Trump said it many times in response that these people are liars. And during the conversation on MSNBC's TV program, Schiff explained how USA is in trouble since it has such a terrible president like Trump and how we all should be afraid. He said, "This is what happens when you empower white nationalist groups. They respond, they feel emboldened to go on and call for, potentially even more to come." Trump said in response, Schiff was going to travel with us to California. I wasn't thrilled, to be honest with you, and I saw him last night on television. It looks like he got hit with a baseball bat or something. What happened to him? Something happened to him. It's interesting to point out that Schiff and Donald Trump once had mutual respect, with politicians like Schiff and Hillary never criticizing Trump, and they were appreciating him a lot. It seemed like it was a completely different world back then, but it all changed after Trump entered the politics in 2015. Trump had historically interacted with and donated to both Democratic and Republican candidates, given his background in business and media. For example, he had contributed to politicians like Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer, and Nancy Pelosi. The Clintons even attended his wedding to Melania in 2005, and he was seen at social events with Schumer. During this period, there was no significant public animosity between Trump and Schiff, as Schiff was not particularly vocal about Trump before his entry into politics. However, once Trump became a serious political contender and later won the presidency, his relationship with many Democrats, including Schiff, quickly turned hostile. Suddenly, for all of these politicians, Trump became the worst human being. Schiff played a key role in the investigations into Trump, particularly during the Russia probe and the first impeachment inquiry, making him one of Trump's most outspoken critics. And now in 2025, for some reason, Schiff said how afraid he was for the USA that Trump is the president. And this happened many times already, these strange conflict situations between Trump and politicians, especially Schiff, for example. The feud between Donald Trump and Adam Schiff reached its peak in 2023. That's when Donald Trump criticized Democrats, referring to them as insecure people, and expressed his confidence that he would expose and defeat them in 2024 elections. At the time, Schiff was running for a U.S. Senate seat in California. Trump, who had not endorsed any candidate in the race, had attacked Schiff. On his Truth Social platform, Trump had called Schiff one of the true lowlifes in the history of American politics. Trump had criticized Schiff, who had been a congressman from the Los Angeles area since 2001, accusing him of supporting policies that had increased violent crime and allowed millions of illegal immigrants into the state. Also in 2024, before the elections, Trump criticized Schiff and Nancy Pelosi for supporting Kamala Harris and referred to them as enemies from within. These are bad people. We have a lot of bad people. But when you look at Shifty Schiff and some of the others, yeah, they are, to me, the enemy from within, Trump said during an interview on Fox News Media Buzz. According to Trump, these people weren't the same people they used to be, that they, for some reason, changed. According to Trump, these people want millions of people, including prisoners, the mentally ill, flooding into the USA. Fox News' Howard Kurtz asked Trump to explain his statement. He's your political opponent, but is he really an enemy? Trump replied, of course he's an enemy. He's an enemy. Schiff responded on social media saying, there's no excuse for acting like a dictator unless you want to be one. Trump also labeled Pelosi as an enemy from within. Schiff was one of those people who warned before the elections that if you sit this one out, it is entirely possible that USA might not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again. After Trump won the 2024 election and defeated ex-Vice President Kamala Harris, Senator-elect Schiff stated that he would not be intimidated by President-elect Trump, despite concerns that the new administration might target Trump's political enemies. I wasn't going to be intimidated by anything he said or did, Schiff said on CNN's State of the Union. Schiff, who is serving as a California representative, had been on Trump's list of political rivals due to his key role in Trump's first impeachment trial. With loyal Republicans in his cabinet and the GOP controlling Congress, Trump had promised to seek fairness in politics. Schiff asserted, "I was going to do my job in the Senate. Californians expected me to work and get things done, but if the president tried to abuse his power unconstitutionally, like he had before, I would stand up for our state." His comments reflected a shift from earlier in the year. In July, Schiff had admitted he was concerned about Trump winning the presidency. Despite this, Schiff emphasized that he had a duty to protect the rights and freedoms of Americans, regardless of Trump's actions. "Yes, he said it, and he might have tried to do it, but I wasn't going to be intimidated," Schiff said. In response, Trump said about Schiff, "People used to say, 'Who's worse, a politician or a vicious real estate developer?' And I used to say, 'You know, the real estate developer is far worse.' But after about 3 months and getting to know scum like Adam Schiff and other people like that, I said, no, actually, real estate people are quite nice by comparison." And now in 2025, Adam Schiff is in a situation where he was a staunch supporter of ex-Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign against Donald Trump and actively participated in campaign events. He emphasized the importance of uniting behind her candidacy. However, in the end, Kamala lost to Trump. And as a result, Schiff talked to Inside California Politics about the first few weeks of Trump's new presidency. The newly elected senator from California said some Republican lawmakers are worried about decisions made by Trump and his team. "On the firing of these inspector generals, there's a lot of concern about it," Schiff stated. "A number of the Republicans have been very supportive of these independent watchdogs. This was a post-Watergate reform that Congress passed that set up these independent parties within agencies to identify fraud and waste or illegality." And during the event in Coachella, California, Trump responded to Schiff. He said, "Shifty Adam Schiff, he's a bad man. This guy, he's a major lowlife. It's so corrupt, but you're going to have Shifty Adam Schiff. I know him well. He is a bad person. He's a sick person. Not a stupid guy, but he's a bad person." Trump called him a dishonest and corrupt politician and has labeled Schiff as a pathological liar and one of the worst human beings in politics. So in 2025, the feud between Donald Trump and Adam Schiff has become a constant source of media buzz, with both of them constantly clashing on every single major political and legal issue. Trump, emboldened by his continued influence over the Republican base, frequently attacks Schiff as a symbol of Democratic corruption, often bringing up Schiff's role in past impeachment efforts and accusing him of dishonesty. And it seems like there is no end to this conflict. And that's it for today.